Welcome travelers to House of Shane.
I'm scared.
Previously on House of Shane.
Can you hear me? Onion Boy made some books. I bought them. I made a mistake. I think Stones to Abigail is the least annoying of all of them, even though it's still annoying.
It's the least torturous.
It's the least torturous. I have read better Wattpad fanfictions than this, though. I should have bought Insanity. There's been a lot of drama here lately. It makes me feel worse because I actually used to support this dude.
I used to support him.
God.
You tried to do the FBI, didn't work! You tried to do the police, didn't work! So instead, you resort to the paycheck. And you got it! You got it! All my patrons have been deleted!
Right over there, please.
This time on House of Shane.
Oh God. I knew this time would come. My brother is here with me.
Hello.
He is behind the camera. Anyway, this is Why I Hate You by Onision.
The Onion Boy.
The Onion Boy.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know what the internet is, and you probably aren't watching this, and you don't know what's going on. But if you do frequent YouTube, you know what's going on. Onision and Chris Hansen and the FBI of the child grooming that has been going on.
He's a groomer.
He's a groomer. And it's bad. We all knew. We didn't want to talk about it. But since Sky, Shiloh, it's been like this for a long time.
All wonderful people have been ruined.
Yeah. And it's terrible.
Terrible is an understatement.
Terrible is an understatement.
Terrible is an
but
understatement.
thankfully all these people are coming out about it. Sarah's coming out and talking about it. And Shiloh has come out and is talking about her experience again. And it's horrible to read about. All the stuff they went through. And the contracts that weren't really contracts he made them sign. If you want to, learn more about it from Repzillas' videos, I'll link it down in the description. And yeah, it's very emotional thing, definitely on YouTube right now. And since that, he is losing his mind. I'm not sure if it's real, because we all know Onision. But
Big fakey.
he's losing his mind on YouTube. From his sorry video.
People have already made videos about me and it's fucking humiliating because we're all over the place and I don't know what to do about it!
His okay video where he seems to be smearing dog poop on his face.
Looks like chocolate.
I mean, it doesn't look real, but he's losing it, and I'm not gonna talk about the Kai situation. We all know what's up with him.
The thing that just blows my mind is it can be seen here, Kai was actively and openly asking for underage fans to send nudes. Here's a screen cap from actually 2015 where she's saying to Sarah, "I have a meal for you."
Onision and Kai are really meant for each other. So, I just want to put that out in the air. This is one of the main reasons why I want to go ahead and review this book, because it looks like the Onision train is finally going to leave the station, and his Patreon's already been taken down, and hopefully his YouTube will be taken down as well in the next few weeks. You know, I'm worried about his kids more than anything. I know he has, I'm pretty sure, 2 kids. And I hope they're being taken out of the household with all the stuff that's going on. Anyway, back to the book. That was a little bleak, but yeah. To all parties involved, this is a horrible thing that happened. And it's been happening since like 2010, 2011.
May I say something? Confess to your crimes, you stale piece of white bread.
He's gonna finally get what's coming to him. Hopefully, I don't know if jail time is gonna be on the table. But yeah, it's him taking his personal business on YouTube is a bad thing. He's been doing it again since like 2010, since he started YouTube, and him putting all his personal business out on YouTube is not the best way to handle a situation. If I did that every time somebody broke with me, I would have a lot of videos on this channel. God bless. But I don't talk crap about my exes.
And I've only had one.
And he could talk a bunch of crap about her, but he just chooses not to.
Because I like to, you know, be a normal person.
Keep the peace. Although, I know nobody's probably going to watch this video, but I feel really bad for all the victims of what he's been doing. But back to the book. I know everybody's covered this book already. Everybody that talks about Onision, at least. And I haven't particularly gone down this rabbit hole yet. Yeah, this is Why I Hate You by Onision, or Gregory Daniels. His name is Gregory Daniels. The introduction of this book it's garbage. I mean, Arthur Gale's a garbage dude. He's 17 in high school, and this is supposed to be his journal. But it doesn't read like one. That's the bad part. I love journal type books. This doesn't read like a journal, literally at all.
I like journal type books. Even.
Yeah. It doesn't. There's no dates. It's not like this is the date now and this is the date now, and it's just chapter 1, and then it's.
I mean,
even if he would have hand wrote it, or even like made his own font, it would have put a whole nother like feel to this book, or even had like the cover be a notebook.
Yeah.
But no, none of that happens. And at the end of the book, it makes 0 sense on how this is a journal, because spoiler alert, Arthur dies. And everybody praises him as this good guy, but it's like, it's not told from the perspective of a journal anymore. It's just these girls saying, oh, he's such a great guy, and I named my kid after him, and he was the only man I ever loved. Even though he was, you know, terrible. And she's a lesbian. So, apparently, Onion Man's beautiful penis can turn a lesbian straight. And it reads terribly. It has so many typos in it that I'm pretty sure I've written such bad fanfiction. I've reread my fanfiction and I'm like, oh god, this is terrible. I wrote a whole book where like each word in the sentence was capitalized. Like, it wasn't the first word of the sentence, it was every single word. The first letter was capitalized. And
That
even
seems
then,
self-evident.
that had better grammar than this here. We start off with the chapter, There is No Point, which is how I feel about this book. Describes his suburban white house, and I say that as painted white, not as suburban white. And he talks about his family. His dad is a Christian. And of course, you know, Onision hates anybody who believes in something that he doesn't. Because, you know, he is God.
Maybe the guy of nonsense, but that's about all.
And in this book, he hates on vegetarians, even though, isn't he a vegetarian?
He was, I believe, either is or was.
And he's like, oh, this isn't me, I am a vegetarian. This dude hates vegetarians. Ha, differences. But it clearly, Arthur is him. Arthur is a
Some form of him.
written-in version of him, just like James was in Stones to Abigail. He talks about how humans are horribly sensitive creatures, how he wants to blow up a football game because of the mindless sport. You know, massacring people who just want to see their favorite players play
A
a
sport.
game on the field is a little drastic. Even for
Yeah.
Onision standards.
Yeah,
The whole beginning of this book, literally nothing happens. Onision evades getting arrested because he broke his dude at school's arm. He literally assaulted this dude for apparently touching his girlfriend inappropriately, that he thought, even though his girlfriend didn't say that. Oh yes, he has a girlfriend in
Somehow.
this book, somehow. And he like wears a trench coat and dresses up like freaking like Tate Langdon from American Horror Story. Like the school shooter from American Horror Story, if y'all don't know what that is. And then breaks some dude's arm that apparently touched his girlfriend inappropriately. Drastic? I think so, even though it's said in the book that the dude just put his hands on his girlfriend's hips. And he's also a crybaby in this book, Arthur is.
He is a crybaby in real life.
Well, Greg is, but I'm talking about a self-insert. Arthur is a crybaby. He cries that his girlfriend's a normie, that he wants a beautiful, big titty goth chick. You know, woe is me, his girlfriend's a normie. And he cries because his girlfriend doesn't want to ditch her friends, her loser friends. He wants to grab a hold of this girl by the neck, vibe check her, and then wants to drag her around and just do what I say. Which
Fine.
is quite literally what Greg does to the women that he dates in his life. Even after divorce, he wants to try and control them. Anyway, pretty much peer pressures his girlfriend into becoming a goth chick. And then they like vigorously make out and I guess have passionate sex. And then he like talks about impregnating her.
Which he also does on his Twitter.
Like he's like, I want to put my seed in her. And yeah, I'll talk about that. I'll talk about the Twitter at the end of this video because I would like to make a dramatic reading of some of his tweets.
From my phone. Because she got blocked by him.
Yeah, I got blocked by Onision, so I'm gonna be using my brother's account. He breaks this guy's arm. That literally, and he doesn't get in trouble for it. Like, he just says it was in self-defense. And he has like a few scratches and like maybe a broken nose. And this dude has a broken arm. And he's like, self-defense. Which the police would not believe. It's not how it works. But him having the protection of fictional main character armor, he gets away with it. And you want to know the straw that causes him to go to juvie? He kicks his dad that is assaulting him. He actually is self-defending himself when he gets sent to juvie. And I am really skipping through this book as fast as I possibly can because nothing happens in this book.
Besides dumb crap.
This book is so boring. Again, I would have rather read Insanity.
The bad part, the worst kind of book you can read is a boring book.
Yeah, like, is it bad? Yes. Is it written horribly? Yes. But when the most interesting thing is the horrible title chapters, that's bad.
I'd rather read a really bad book than the boring one. I'd
Like-
rather read a 10-year-old's fan fiction.
Like, Coward's Way Out. There is no point. Faith in humanity is just another religion. Like, that's the funniest part of this whole book, is the really nihilistic way of thinking. Which is just Greg. And we're gonna skip, because this dude, even though he was in juvie and all this stuff, he decides, oh yeah, I'm gonna join the army. And, or the military, whatever he joins. I don't know if he joins the Marines or whatever. I could care less. But he meets this beautiful lady. And, well, this beautiful lady's gay.
A Liz.
And he's like, wants to magically make her straight with his magic penis, I guess. And he's just like, why should you reject a man's primitive needs? Gross. And then something magical happens. Guess what it is? A school shooting. And just like his other book, and no, I'm not too sure if these is the same school shooting or not. Quite possible, these two characters grew up in the same neighborhood. Great. Two gross dudes populating the same school. Anyway, this is just a ploy for him to go back and sleep with his girlfriend back home and then come back to the military and then try to get another girl's pants. Who is a lesbian. He really wants to fix people. Oh, he's such an advocate. We're gonna skip a little bit.
Again.
He gets transferred to Korea? I can't remember exactly. I think it's Korea. I probably should have wrote notes for this book. And he meets a girl that he respectfully calls Booty. Why? Because she has a booty. And it's big, apparently. He starts falling for this girl. And then, lo and behold, he gets into a Russell Tuffle with a fake Russell Tuffle, may I add, with a senior officer that they're supposed to like pin them down, you know? And he ends up like really badly hurting this dude. Like he shoves a baton in the dude's eye socket. He completely, I guess, either shatters the socket or just takes his eye out in general. But it's bad. And he does this to, I guess, assert dominance. Because God forbid people don't see Arthur as a god. But he doesn't get kicked out. Like, he doesn't get sent home because, like, his mental state is coming to question. Or because he hurt this officer. Or, no, nothing. He gets told he's a fine gentleman and they need violent people like that in the military that can't be controlled. His girlfriend from another squadron comes over. And he gets sent to Afghanistan. In which nothing happens in the book. Not at all. No fighting, no war. He throws up.
There's literally a war going on.
There's literally a war going on, but the only thing that they can discuss is the fact that they threw up in a doggy bag. That's all. But this was all a ploy. Because Booty and Rachel, which is the girl's name, are going to get together. Yes, they couldn't just send him away for a weekend or for an hour. No, he had to be sent away for like weeks and then come back to see that both of his girlfriends are now together. After he finds out, he's perfectly okay with it. Why? Because he's Greg. Or Arthur. Or both. And he's perfectly fine with his girlfriends getting together, that he even fantasizes about it. About them pretty much having sex. Yeah, he has this feel like he's like walking through town fantasizing about these two women having sex. And then, lo and behold, the villain of the story, yeah, it wasn't Greg. It really wasn't. The villain of the story rears its evil head. And oh no, who could it be? The dude that Greg handicapped. And why is he a villain? Because Greg handicapped him. The one Booty that he finds cute and I guess said that he was gonna have sex with her or something. Pretty much the same thing that, you know, middle school boys do. They're like, I'm gonna sleep with your mom. Basically what he did. I'm gonna sleep with your girlfriend. And Greg wasn't having any of that and hurt the dude, and now he's coming back for revenge. And now I got a lot of stuff mixed up in this book. I'm pretty sure the senior officer and this dude are two separate people. But at the same time, I'm not entirely sure if they're two separate people. Because, like, he's got an eye patch, didn't the dude? You know, never mind. Not going to question it. Two separate people? Maybe not. Do I know what I'm talking about? Not at all. Don't spend your money on it unless you're just gonna
Review it
or just get it for laughs. Like, ha ha ha, gag, I got the Onion Boy book. So Rachel and Booty, they get like, I guess the sergeant that, or the air marshal that Greg hurt is like revenge. And he's gonna like go after them for being lesbians and get them kicked out. Well, Rachel for being a lesbian and get her kicked out. And Greg's not gonna have any of that. He doesn't want his weird polyamorous threesome to be cut up. Greg decides to do the most tasteful thing and write a rape scene.
Oh.
In which they rape. And Rachel, which is so tasteful.
There's something wrong with him.
There really is. There's something terribly wrong with him. This isn't tasteful at all. Literally, it's only there so Greg can sweep in and save the day and inevitably get killed while trying to save his girlfriends and become this hero and this good guy. And that brings us to the end of the story. Yes, it's that fast. Arthur was buried in a cemetery. Military cemetery. Many people called him a murderer, which he was. Others a hero, for plot reasons. He is the only man that I've ever loved, for plot reasons. And this is a part in the book that completely breaks, I wouldn't say breaks the immersity of the journal, because literally this whole book breaks the immersity of the journal. But it doesn't make any sense. Are they writing in his journal now? No. Ashley. His first girlfriend's name is Ashley.
We went through this whole story not knowing his first girlfriend.
I completely blanked out on his first girlfriend's name. And I will just leave you with a little snippet. I'm such a puppet of biological programming, and so are all of you. Don't read it. Just leave it up to the people on YouTube to read it to you. without further ado, we are going to read some grade A beautiful tweets. Thank you. From the man himself, the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend, romance novelist.
She's reading off of my phone, by the way.
Comedian God.
Not any of those. Oh, he's not any of
This
those.
is so gross.
14.
Okay, I don't know if I actually feel comfortable. This is from 20 hours ago. I am going to impregnate you. Let's go alone in the bathroom. I'll F you back to back at least 8 times when you are so full of my man juice you can't take it anymore. Only then will you be calling me daddy when I have a whole new meaning. You're pregnant and I love you. He also has a video of him making out with the toilet. In conclusion, Onision wants the attention on him now, because all these victims are coming out of the woodworks, and we shouldn't give it to him. I know it's fair, it's like shock, and oh my god, look at all these terrible things he's done, and we should just keep it at that. Don't watch his videos. If they do happen to pop up on like your Twitter feed, watch him there, but don't even give him the satisfaction of getting views on his videos. And to close out this heartfelt video, I would like to say, when you wake me up this time, do it with your pussy, okay? The first thing I want you to feel when I wake up is your warmth on my penis.
Why
I really try. I wanted to sit here and read them with a straight face, but it's like cringe. Everybody's like, cringe culture is dead. It is alive and well on Onision's feed. Oh.
I've been sitting down for way too long.
Oh, hi!
She was barking at the door.
Oh, was she?
I heard her, I just didn't know what happened if I let her in.
Oh, hi, baby. Look at the puppy. Puppy makes everything better.
Let me just...
Puppy makes everything better.
I don't think I can move it down any
You can move it
further.
down. Should we move it? Oh, maybe not. It's okay, she in view.
I can see her face.
Look at her.
Maybe you pick her up a little if you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave off this video on a happy note.
Puppy!
Puppy. See you guys later. So,
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
He wants to take a seat.
He wants to take a seat. Well, Chris Hansen wants him to take a seat. Does it say it's recording?
It goes a little red
Is
dot
it blinking?
blinking.
Okay, then it's recording. But okay,
Yes.
throw the book at me.
You told me to throw it.
She don't talk. You throw it again and don't talk this time. Oh, you better do this or I'm gonna kill myself because of an ex of mine who did that too.